Tonight, it's Noche Enavia, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. In this game, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Houston Rockets here in Toyota Center. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Beasley.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with the season fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day at school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Doris, these two teams hang their hats on their three-point shooting.
They certainly do, Kevin. And the feeling in today's game is you can never have too much shooting. If you have got 5 guys on the floor at any given time, all of whom are a threat, boy, as a coach, what a luxury.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Russell is out there with Beasley. And it's Reed in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3. And here's Beasley. Pass to Reed. He kicks to Russell. Floats one. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Covington with it. Pass to Harden. Pass to Westbrook. Puts up a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Now, this shot is key for Russell Westbrook, right? If his three-point shot is on the mark, you cannot guard this guy.
Here's Russell. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Harden outside. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. And the shot is long.
And I'm not sure if that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Now Russell. James Harden missing on the 3. Outside, Russell. Just 4 to shoot. Out to the right wing for 3 at Kogi. Rebound by House. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. In the corner, Harden. Outside Westbrook. There's the 3. Houston gets it back. It's Beasley on the wing. Stolen by Harden. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Harden's got the ball, and he lays that one in.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Back to Russell. And there's the pass to Reed. And here's Russell, guarded by Tucker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, D'Angelo Russell, one of the best mid-range scorers you'll see. He's got the floater game, the pull-up game, and with his arsenal, he can get a shot at any time.
And you know, Doris, another thing about D'Angelo Russell, he's not afraid of a big moment.
Kevin, he has proven that he is willing to take and make big shots. He doesn't necessarily beat you with tremendous athleticism, but it's his basketball skill that sets him apart.
No good on that one.
What we know about D'Angelo Russell is this guy is a dynamic, aggressive scorer. The key is he's got to extend his minutes playing under control. If he does that, lights out.
He hits the second from the line. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Beasley against Harden. Teardrop shot. Out of hand on it.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable. Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
That's the finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
The shot's good. Russell's got 5 now.
To me, you've got to stay attached to D'Angelo Russell, especially when he's in those in-between areas.
Passes it to Covington. Kicks it to House. The three from Harden. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
Bounce pass, Russell. Latrey. That one doesn't go. And Houston the other way. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
They slept-walked through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
Now here's Covington. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Over Russell. Got it from 16 feet.
Robert Covington doing work in the mid-range there.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 19-point game against New Orleans. Reed misses.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Beasley outside. Here's a Kogi. And a missed late.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Oh, you love it, Kevin. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
Timeout called. First of the game for Minnesota. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Minnesota making some changes. Layman pass to Evans. Now here's Culver. Carroll covering. Culver's shot is off.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
You think about the Timberwolves, the one thing that seems elusive for this organization has been consistency. They have had the talent. They've had good coaching. The problem is they haven't yet put those two areas together.
Now here's McLemore. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Green. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And the Wolves, Doris, one of only 11 franchises to have never won a championship. In fact, they've made the Western Conference Finals only once.
I think one of their challenges, at least in this latest run, has been they're competing with a very young core. And certainly you have added veterans to the group. The problem is the core guys have to understand how to step up when it's winning time. What we understand is playoff performance is most important.
Now here's Gordon following the missed shot by James Johnson. And it's Gordon penetrating. He can't get it to go.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Rockets on offense. They're on a 14-5 run. Pass to Rivers. And here's McLemore. Now Gordon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And there's the call on Jake Layman. That's his first foul. There's a minute left to play here in the first. Carroll banked in off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 11.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball moving.
Pass to Vanderbilt. Dishes to Culver. Great tee that time from Green.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Rivers passes to McLemore. Oh, good on the three. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Pelicans. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Culver's shot is off. Culver with the steal. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Timberwolves gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Noel. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Rockets on top. They're up by 10. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And Greg, nowadays, it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Minnesota. Culver out there with Layman. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Evans in at the shooting guard position. It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Harden.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defenses.
And he knocks down the first one. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Oh, here's Gordon. He's still scoreless so far in this one. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And the pass to Culver. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Passes it to Russell. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Tucker. Here's Rivers. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Houston making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Damari Carroll. James Harden comes in for Ben McLemore. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Rivers. Westbrook against Russell. Hope they get it back. Three-pointer on the way. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Tucker. Westbrook's got 10.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Reed the pass to Okogie. To the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Russell from long range. Hands it from downtown. He's got 10.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernangomez. That's his first foul. Minnesota making a switch. Beasley's checked in. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Covington kicks to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Daniel House has checked in for Gordon.
What's up?
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Here's Okogie. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And Westbrook gets it to go. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
Now Beasley, after Westbrook's missed 3. It's Beasley on the wing. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Reed, a 3-ball. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Here's Westbrook. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just 1 pass more?
Good D by Covington.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Now it's the pass to Westbrook. In the corner, Harden. Covington kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Tucker. And here's Harden for 3. Kept alive by Houston. There's the dish to Westbrook. Puts up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Timberwolves passing it around. Covington against Hernan Gomez. Also looking it over. 3-pointer. Rockets with the rebound. House has got 4 rebounds in this game. From deep Harden, and that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that 3-point shot is a primary weapon.
Minnesota calls timeout. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And coming into that one, looking to be competitive, but the disparity in talent, just too great.
You have the sense, Greg, that they expected that result. Once they dug themselves into a hole, I thought they let go of the rope.
Houston making a switch. Green's checked in. Minnesota making a switch. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. You look at the Rockets. Right now the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And of course the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
Yeah, right now, the Rockets, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but just give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, Russell Westbrook has excelled at being a facilitator. You love when he's focused on making his teammates better.
Beasley, the pass to Vanderbilt. Over Westbrook. No good off the back of the rim.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Outside, Green. From 10 feet out, the shot, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That will be their second of 6 road games for the team. Evans passes to Johnson. Puts it up from 17. And he can't bank that one in. Houston leading by 18. Down low, Westbrook. And Westbrook throws it down home.
I'll tell you this, Russell Westbrook is absolutely cooking on the offensive end. You can see the opponent's head coaches shaking their heads like, uh-oh.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 12. Evans' shot is good.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Harden against Evans. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. Here is Harden. Over to the left wing. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from Harden. Harden's got the assist tonight.
I love how Westbrook rises and fires immediately. Ball touches his hands and it's gone before you can blink.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Houston. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic. That's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters. You got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, right? Especially outside.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Hart.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, the break certainly didn't have a cooling effect on him at all. He's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the small forward. They're the group from Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Timberwolves trail by 21.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russell's career.
Here's Russell. The Rockets making the shot. Okogie, the pass to Reed. Here's Okogie. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Harden. Rockets leading by 23. Covington into the lane.
Well, make no mistake, Robert Covington is a big-time athlete. Puts it on the deck and finishes.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting the ball poorly. Just 28%. Okogie, the pass to Beasley. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Fires at the elbow. The rebound by Harden.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall. Boy, when you look back on Russell Westbrook's career, the athleticism at the point guard position, borderline absurd. The power, the speed with which he moves on the floor, boy, you just don't see it that consistently.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Westbrook and his elite athleticism, Doris, it can be seen in his great statistics.
Well, you don't average 30 points a game in the NBA unless you can absolutely blow past defenders like Russell Westbrook. Gosh, the strength in his legs allows him to fight for rebounds. He is so productive from the point guard position. It's extraordinary.
Second free throw, no good. Doris, if you were going to build a team around one player, who would that player be?
Well, I think because of his age and continued growth opportunity, I would probably say Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's playing at an MVP level. He's still got another decade where he's probably in the peak range of his playing capabilities. And the reality is Giannis still has so much growing to do. He's a force at the rim. He continues to build that three-point game. And Kev, once he gets that in-between game, he will be unguardable.
Can't argue with that at all. And Minnesota has possession following Russell Westbrook's three. Here's Culver. Good D by Westbrook.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Picked his pocket. Oh, and here comes House all alone. Comes up empty down low.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, and how about another trait for Culver? That elite body control, even through contact, special. Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, three-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Damari Carroll's checked in for Robert Covington. Gordon comes in for Daniel House.
What's up?
And McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Free throw drops for Culver. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
The Rockets have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Free throw is good. When he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Minnesota with the ball. Culver passes to Layman. Now, here's Culver. He's guarded closely. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And how about the balance there from Culver? Really good at staying in control despite the D being all over him.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
What's up?
Misses.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
And so here is Houston following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And here's Rivers. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. The Rockets with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Second half here, we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Takes the 13-footer. Unable to get that one. And the Rockets take it the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
McLemore with the ball. He kicks it to Rivers. Second chance shot. And Culver pulls it down.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Jeff Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And this gives us a moment now to show you the rookies with the highest shooting percentage over the past 10 games. Jared Culver, 4th. Houston leading by 20. Now here's Rivers, and Lehman pulls it down.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
To the left side wing. Baseline jumper. Rebound by Jeff Green. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Gordon. Tight defense on him. And Carroll gets it to go. Carroll's got 5 points so far.
Well, this guy loves the phrase, quote, hard work is a talent, and you can see Damari Carroll's work on the glass there.
Johnson outside. Noel. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Rivers, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blown, and a foul called on Minnesota.
Well, January 15th of 2015 provided a special moment in NBA history. Austin Rivers made his debut for the Clippers guys, who were coached, of course, by Doc Rivers. That was the first time in history a father coached his son in an NBA game. What a special, special time.
And he makes the first.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Evans is checked in. so he makes both from the line.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Now here's Johnson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And there it is for him. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Rivers. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you can see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Johnson. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, the one thing you can't teach is size. He's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but certainly a valuable backup for this team.
Now here's Gordon following the miss by Austin Rivers. Houston moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's Gordon. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Gordon's got 6 points for Minnesota. They've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Evans feeling it out a bit. A pass to Johnson. Clock at 6. And he gets the bucket. He's got 6.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Timeout called, the Rockets. So for the Rockets, Robert Covington's checked in for Green. Harden comes in for McLemore. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Russell's checked in. Now here's Harden. He's got 13. Westbrook drives in. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Ends on Johnson. Rockets have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. Daniel House is checked in for Houston. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Okogie's checked in. Free throw good, Westbrook.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Outside, Russell. Evans outside. And Johnson now top of the key. Evans dishes to Russell. From deep three-point range. Broke loose. Rockets leading by 23. And here's Harden for 3. Evans with the rebound. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside, Russell. We've got 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's the teardrop. It's rebounded by Houston. There's Lehman. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And so it's the Houston Rockets in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back right after this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Layman, Malik Beasley out there with Russell. Then it's James Johnson, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. Johnson, the pass to Okogie. It's Beasley on the wing, just 5 to shoot. Westbrook against Russell. Off target from 3-point range. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Beasley with the steal. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Count that one.
Well, in the open floor, D'Angelo Russell understands he can be special.
Houston leading by 21. Gordon deciding where to go with it. A step back shot here. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Here's Okogie. Passes it to Johnson. Beasley outside. Shot clock at 6. Knocked loose. Covington with it. Beasley covering and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now, here is Hernangomez. Shot clock at 5. Beasley. And no good that time. Good D by Covington. Here's Gordon. The kick out to Westbrook. Tries again. Covington passes to Tucker. For 3, Westbrook. Houston now working with the new shot clock. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up for the Rockets. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Caboclo comes in for James Harden. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Eric Gordon. Time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams. Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate. It's fair. They've earned the right to choose where they play.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here is Russell, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Russell kicks to Beasley. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Reed misses. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Cephalosha misses. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Houston making some changes. And McLemore, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now here's Rivers, guarded closely. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it. One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Culver's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now Rivers. Pass to McLemore. From the arc. Chandler controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
You and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
6 on the shot clock. Now here's Rivers. He's tightly guarded. No good. Shot missing.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Noel, he's guarded by Rivers. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Thursday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for the matchup with the Cavs, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
The first one falls for him. He hits both from the stripe. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there, you're correct. Here's Rivers after the basket by Minnesota. Chandler kicks to Caboclo. Pass to Rivers. Beyond the arc. Rebound Minnesota. Outside Martin. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Rockets leading by 22. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Of course, it seems like Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, is one of the most well-liked commissioners in all of sports worldwide. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think he was amongst the most important members of the staff of his predecessor, David Stern, who obviously oversaw the greatest growth in NBA history. The NBA became a global game. But Adam Silver didn't skip a beat. He is a great listener, a great communicator. And I've said this about the NBA for a very long time. It is a league that is in constant self-evaluation process. It is always looking for ways to improve the league, whether that means organizationally or with the play between the lines, and that's all you can ask for, Kevin.
Shoot two.
The first one falls. Johnson hits two of them. Houston leading by 20. Here is Harden outside Westbrook. The pass to Gordon. There must be high hopes for the new draft lottery system to keep every team competitive to the very end of the season.
Well, one of the keys in implementing this new draft lottery system was to make sure that the bottom three teams were given equal opportunity to get that top draft choice. I think you did see it have some effect on play and teams trying to be competitive while understanding they're still going to have an opportunity to build their team through the draft. But here's the reality. The NBA has got to be under review constantly. There's a process in play. It's one of the most proactive leagues in the country in terms of always looking for little things to make sure their game is the best it can be.
Attention to detail. Well said.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Houston.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Russell Westbrook.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
So both teams changing it up here. And so Russell hits them both. Or some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed. Spellman with the bucket.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rivers against Russell. They could use a bucket, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Chandler kicks to Rivers. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Free throw no good for Chandler.
Well, this is a high-character guy. Chandler is a guy who will influence everyone around him in a positive manner.
So we see Houston taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with James Harden. James, what is it like when you're playing a team that's struggling and you have to keep focused to keep them down?
You know what? We look at the bigger picture, and we have one goal at the end of the season, that's to be champions. So we can't play down to the level of our competition. We got to go out there every single night and be on the same page and try to give 100% effort.
It's been a success so far, James. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.